Alright guys, it's Python, welcome back to some more Haikyu Fly High. We're gonna go over the new SP Osamu's skills, as well as his memory and bonds in today's video because he just dropped. We're hopefully gonna have a stream pulling for him today, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so I guess we'll figure that out later today. But yeah, let's start over with his skills. First one is a passive, of course, like always, which increase his toss, increase his quick attack by 30% of his toss stat up to a maximum of 1000. At the start of the match, his awareness will be reduced to 0, and for every 1% reduced, the power of his quick attack will increase by 2% up to a maximum of 100%. And at the end of each rally, Osamu's awareness will decrease to 0. So yeah, this is actually quite interesting because you obviously goes the same with Atsumu, where they want attack technique and defense technique more so than awareness. They don't really care about awareness like that. However, he does care a bit about awareness because it goes towards his attack technique. But in order to get the passive that Atsumu provides, which increases makes it so that when their attack technique goes beyond a certain threshold, they can crit without needing any awareness. His second skill is his toss skill, which is at 150% of the toss stat. And when Osamu's on the court, when an ally activates a toss skill, the power of his own toss is increased by 30% up to a maximum of 210% from this one, which is nice because he's got a built-in passive as well into the toss skill, and he can increase even further with this passive here, with the second skill. When Osamu's on the court, when an ally activates a toss skill, the attack technique and defense technique of all ally members with a toss skill is increased by 2% respectively, and it stacks up to 4 times. When Osamu activates a special move, the attack technique is increased by 50% of the attack technique up to a maximum of 100. 50% is massive, by the way. This effect lasts until the ball goes over the net twice, and if the power of the toss skill is 300% or more, Osamu's toss will increase by 50%, and the toss will become a special move, which ties into the earlier part that we read, which makes it so that whenever he does use a special move, his attack technique is increased by 50%. So he can use the 50% increase on the toss when it goes above 300%, as well as on his ult, of course, which is a special move by default, right? Obviously, which is a quick attack at 255% of power. And if Osamu's attack technique is 40% or higher, the power of the quick attack is increased by an additional 60% of his quick attack and cannot be blocked. This is great because his his attack technique already increases by 50% from here, right? Yeah, when Osamu activates a special move, the attack technique increased by 50%. So isn't this guaranteed then? Or am I missing something? I feel like this is guaranteed then. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know. But I would feel like if it ties into this skill, it would be guaranteed. Maybe I'm misreading it, but I feel like that's the case. All right, let's get onto his. Actually, let's go over his memory first, because I backed off. Right, so his memory increases his quick attack by 12%, and when an ally tosses the member's power increases by 2% up to 15 stacks, and then when the member tosses, they get an additional 2 stacks. So yeah, that's a pretty good one, kind of made for him, because we don't have another spiker and setter, so it's essentially tailor-made for him. Let's get on to the bonds. As you saw there at the bottom, it was a bond with Atsumu, as well as the bond with Atsumu and Tendo for the winter break units. So let's start over with them two at level 5 at the maximum. At the start of the match, Miya Osamu gains one stack of the quickness effect, which again is the Atsumu special effect, which makes it so that if his awareness is above 60%, I believe he crits without needing it, but I'll need to double check it. So you can go over to the Atsumu video and check that out. So it obviously resets every rally, but he starts off with it thanks to this passive. After Atsumu and Osamu each toss the ball once, the attack technique and defensive technique of all allied members increase by 12.5% for one rally, which is another incredible effect, because again, you do need that attack technique for Atsumu in order for him to activate the quickness effect on other people. So let me just double check the Atsumu one. So when Atsumo's on the team and the member with awareness below 30%, they will gain the quickness effect, which increases the attack technique by 10% and defense technique by 10%. Right, so it's not the one, it's the second passive that when then the attack technique does it, it goes above 60%, they crit automatically. So this one just increases attack technique and defense technique by 10% for one rally. So he gets it automatically, which is really, really nice. Really, really nice at the start of the rally, obviously. Let's go over to the Tendo one as well. Right, so this one is a bit of an interesting one, because I don't actually know how good this is. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but let's start. So Atsumu and Osamu are divided into if Atsumu and Osamu are divided into the front and back row, both players' power is increased by 30%. At the so essentially you kind of want to put them opposite of each other, which is what an opposite hitter is meant to be, right? Opposite of the setter. So at the start of each rally, Tendo's awareness is reduced to 0%, and his defensive technique is increased by 10, up to 3 stacks. Tendo's first touch of the ball in each rally is guaranteed to be a critical play. That's interesting. That kind of goes entirely against building Tendo at all. Right. If Tendo is in the court at the start of each rally, your teammate's attack technique will increase by 2% and defensive technique will increase by 2% for each winter break member on your court, up to a maximum of 12%, which is just a nice little boost to the teammates as well. But that's quite interesting that Tendo just completely abandons his own defensive abilities, right? Because he essentially just his critical defense is his awareness. So it's really, really weird, but his first touch is guaranteed to be a critical play, which is quite nice. So I think that would be really, really good with other blockers on your team as well, which a lot of quick attackers do have the quick attack and block playstyle. So this is actually really, really interesting to try and see how it goes. I feel like it really, really is interesting, but obviously it kind of goes against Tendo completely, but to guarantee a critical is always really, really nice and really, really welcome. But Tendo can kind of guarantee it himself because his awareness can go through the roof. But I don't know. I feel like that's interesting. I really don't know about this one. I'm unsure. I feel like we're gonna have to wait and see if he's really being used on ranked in a couple of weeks. Well, not really a couple of weeks, just now. Actually, let me just go ahead and show you a team right now, because I believe that there is a team, this one right here, Oh wow, this changed. But it was a quick attack team. This person just changed their team. This is an interesting build of a team with the twins and Tendo in there. For a quick attack, they're using Suna as well, but they're not getting the school bonus anyways. I swear there was, okay, no, never mind. Okay, it was this one, but he changed it, which is quite interesting to see. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I said, I will try and go live later today, but I'm not too sure about that. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.